Previously on New Crits on the Block.
Each one of these roads has a series of barricades. As the enemies filter in, we will fall back to previous barricades, getting a bulk of them to filter back until eventually we hit the center of town, where all the roads meet. These series of homes that have spikes, wooden spikes all over them, I've put all the dynamite in those.
You look back as you see that massive monster, as you see this ginormous ball of fire twisting and forming above its head as it chucks it towards you. As you see this ball of fire flying towards you, Aewyn, I think you're the maybe Katon too, because you guys are on the North Road with the seer. You see the seer like turn back and like look up at it.
Whoa!
And spit in their hand again, rub them together, get it nice and greasy a little bit, and then lifts their hands up. As you see the ball of fire start arcing and like change its trajectory, as you can see the seer moving its hand and then throwing it back, as you see this ball of fire just whip around and go back towards the creature, as it kind of like, you see it hit it in the chest. And as it does, you see the flame just suck back inside of its chest. And again, you hear this just loud guttural screech out from it, as you can see it start to advance.
Oh, so it doesn't look like he heard it.
It does not.
It just looks mad.
Yeah, it just looks like it pissed off.
That was impressive, but useless.
I mean,
we're not dead.
It was useful.
As he's just like hobbling.
Hobble faster.
And then we have okay, so it was Leaf's turn. Leaf, you and Kratos are making your way to the barrier right at like the center of town. You look back and you see the pyrotechnicians are just about to hit your spike growth. Is there anything else you want to do? Do you want to cast another spell? What?
How far away are they from me?
I would roughly say about like 100-ish, 200 feet in that like range.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Erupting Earth out towards them.
Okay.
And it's going to create a 20-foot cube centered on them that's going to give them, they need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And they will take 3d12 or halved if they save it.
That is a 6 plus 2, so 8.
Okay, so they don't save it.
They do not.
No.
So what am I doing?
So now 3d12 damage.
You roll.
Oh, I get to do it?
Yeah.
Yay!
Now, the last time you did 3d12.
I know.
Oh, here we go.
Come on, mama. Big numbies. Oh my God.
You roll. I can't see the other one is.
12 plus 7.
Look at 19.
That's not bad. Yeah. So and what is this doing? It's
Bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
It's
so
better
like
than half.
And then it also becomes difficult terrain. I don't think it stacks, but just FYI.
Yeah. So you do this, and as like again that you said, what was the spell called again?
Erupting Earth.
Erupting Earth. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. As the Earth just like gives way, like it's part like right where they are starting to pass that little like moat is right where you kind of where I'm imagining you did it, and it just like cascades and opens up even more as more people just fall down inside of it, and it kind of just makes it to where the almost the whole like little moat that you guys made just start cascading out further from where your spell originated, because it just like weakened the earth around it. And then I also need you to roll damage for your spiked earth area, because they are going to be reaching that now.
Oh, right.
And then just times it by 4.
4 and 4, 16.
16? Okay. Yeah. So you look back and like on your side, there's maybe 10 of these pyrotechnicians left as you make your way up and meet up with Aewyn in the center.
Yes.
And Katon Katon, you also reach, you and the seer reach that as you guys kind of look over and see that Borel is the only one that was able to actually hold his barricade. I think you guys probably would have.
But we all need to call him back.
Yeah. So,
I think we would have on
the
so
center.
I think with that. Okay. So Leaf, that now it's your turn, Katon. If you want to role play that, like
Yes, I would get on the
Hey, gang.
I would
As
get
you
on the
guys reach me.
Boulder-Tooth, and I would call out. I would look around and I would see Leaf coming back, and I would, obviously I'm aware of where I am. So that was the plan. If anyone fell back to the center barricades, then all barricades needed to fall back. So I get on the Boulder-Tooth and I contact Borel, and I tell him that. I say, Borel, we've had the fall. 2 of our positions have had to fall back to the center barricade. You're doing excellent. However, I need you back here.
10-4, over and out.
As you guys do, you see Aelvig walk over to your guys' barricade and just pick up her axe and smash it down so that it lets them through. And she turns around and starts running back towards you.
Also, while that was happening, I healed myself with lay on hands.
Okay.
Until the next, be ready for the next wave.
Yeah. As you guys kind of get a moment of rest, just to kind of turn around and get ready for this, you see the entire army. And now the 3 of you, Borel, Leaf, and Katon, now you can really just see how enormous this army is. It's almost like you just can't see anything off the horizon that isn't on fire. And as you kind of take a moment and look around, that's when you notice the whole army moving in and starting to approach. The demons, more skeletons, this disgusting, terrifying creature, all are making their way towards you. And you, Aewyn, Krator turns, then looks over to you, and he puts out his hand like one of like the Spartan handshakes.
Mm-hmm.
We die with honor.
We fight with honor.
And you see him kind of smirk at that a little. He's like,
Yes.
Mhm,
Yes.
Tomato.
and
Katon,
then
terrified. Let's call the whole thing off.
as the army runs past your first barriers, your destroyed barriers, and starts to make their way up the north, the east, and the west side, you kind of now just start to really understand, like, it's like a never-ending sea of bodies that are just you. Every time you swing and kill one, another one is right there, ready to replace its spot. You're losing giants left and right. Aewyn, it's your turn. You are almost like shoulder to shoulder with the chieftain, with the Jarl, shooting arrows, turning around. Sometimes you butt heads with somebody as someone else is trying to run and like grab another weapon because theirs broke. And give me a perception check real quick.
Okay. Not good. 4 + 5, so 11.
So you look over and you see one of these pyrotechnicians kind of broke through the front line. Their little like robotic hands completely engulfed in flames, and it has Aelvig by the throat. And then you see Krator getting overtaken by these skeletons, and you would have seen like what these can do already, where like once they stab into you and explode, you're pretty much out. You only have enough time with that perception check. You only have enough time to help one.
Okay. I would freeze for a moment, not sure which one I should do. But I think I would take one more look at the Jarl, and I would turn my attention towards him.
Okay.
And fight these off, because the leader needs to stay alive
Yeah.
One, so that he can continue to be the leader of these people.
I love how that's the first reason.
It's always a little bit selfish with Aewyn.
Yes. And second, because he is the leader needs to.
Yeah, morale would drop.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm trying to protect him at all costs at this point.
So what are you going about that? You're just gonna shoot some arrows off on him?
Well, I think since we're so close, I think I'd throw the arrow on over my back.
Okay.
And pull out my long sword.
Okay.
And just start cutting through these skeletons.
Yeah. Give me a attack.
15 plus 4.
Oh yeah, that's plenty.
Okay.
Yeah, and you run over and you just start cutting down these skeletons with ease. I mean, you're cutting bones. It's easy.
Yeah, cutting bones is easy.
Yeah,
Cutting bones is easy.
Just separating one bone from the other bone.
Yeah.
It's like he had a domino and all the other ones fall over. You hit one bone out and they kind of just crumples.
Well, my stance isn't so finesse as it is strength at this point, because I know that I'm not going to slice through these bones. So really what I'm doing is more almost using my sword as a bludgeoning tool, because I'm just trying to knock like sockets off more than like slicing bone.
Yeah. You successfully you see one of them going has its hand stabbed into
I cut like from the elbow. I cut the arm just off.
You chop it down and you can kind of see you saw a look on Gertor's face of I'm about to die, and you chop it down and you can hear just a as he picks up his greatsword again and gets back into the fray. And as you turn around, you see the pyrotechnician that was throttling Aelvig is dead now. And you see just this burn and blood just running down.
Wait, who's dead?
Aelvig. The pyrotechnician is dead. You see them on the ground with their face beaten in.
Okay.
And you see Aelvig with just this massive burn and blood just pouring down her neck as she just picks up her axe and screams, and then you see her disappear into the fray. And then we go to Borel. Borel, you are fighting. You're just throwing spells as they're right in front of you. You're just anything. You're not even thinking at this point. Just whatever comes out of your hand is what that spell is happening. And you see Aelvig brush past you, swinging you would akin it to watching Beardrum go in rage mode. There is no thought process. There is just, you can tell that all she can see is red. Hey, Borel, you want to give me a perception check, bud?
8 total.
8 total. Okay, so kind of same thing. You can only choose one of these. There is a pyrotechnician approaching you. And he, once again, they kind of all have that flame hand. He kind of pulls out a weapon and his sword turns into fire as he runs over to you, lifting his sword over his head. But then you see Aelvig getting stabbed in the back. She's still trying to fight them off, but you can see her kind of she falls down to one knee. And you know that you could take this damage and you'll probably live, and help Aelvig last most likely just a little bit longer in the fight, or you can focus on yourself and not take any damage.
Okay, so
you either let Aelvig die and protect yourself, or
I only have those two options.
Yeah, because of your perception roll, you don't have enough time to, because of how crazy everything is going. You kind of just see it at the time, you're seeing the blow about to hit you and the death blow about to go in for Aelvig. What do you do?
I mean, I feel like I have options that I could do. I could do both things, but I'm not sure what to do then. Either defend myself or let that go.
Yeah, it's kind of that's the big question. Are you going to take a big chunk of damage and make the fight a little bit harder for you, or are you going to try to save Aelvig?
I would try to save Aelvig.
Okay, all right. So the pyrotechnician is going to swing down on you.
I can heal the living better than I can heal the dead. So that's fine.
He does 10 damage. So he swings down at you. You have just enough time to like kind of dodge as you go to cast whatever spell you're casting to help Aelvig. There is just a bunch of like skeletal creatures and these pyrotechnicians just kind of stabbing at her. You can choose whatever spell you want to handle that situation.
Oh, okay. Now
you can cast your spell to that person.
So how much, I guess, from the time that do we just have one round or did more time pass from like when I cleared out my area and when we fell back?
Yeah, enough time that where like you guys were essentially standing waiting for the next like swarm of people to come up, because you for the most part, like your side especially, you just destroyed everybody. So now essentially the streets are filled with enemies.
So I think I probably should have just shut my mouth. Because I think I just metagamed myself out of my level 5 spell that would have expired by now. Because it only lasts a minute. I would have had that on me.
No, I would
fucking flying all over the fucking place.
Yeah, no, I'll let you still use that. That's
okay.
Fine. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be
So there's still 10 of them. So
okay.
However many that would take to kill, well, I guess I'll roll for it.
Yeah, just roll the total damage and then we'll go from there.
Is it 21 plus? That'd be 61 damage total.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
So, and as a fuck you to the guy that just hit me,
yeah,
a couple of those arrows are going his way too.
All 10 hit him first.
Yeah. They pick him up, like all 10 hit him in a perfect like vertical line, pick him up, and then drop him down, and then the rest of the 10 arrows go in like a little like a stampede down a hill, go and take out a bunch of the other enemies around Aelvig. As you can see her just like stand up, you can tell she is really weak, and kind of like how you were in the long haul when you fell down, and you could tell that the same situation. She is purely running off of willpower at this point. She's bleeding. You can see everywhere she's been because a trail of blood is following her as she is. And again, you just hear this, and she continues and runs deeper into the path, and she is, I mean, murdering people. You see her do one swing and 5 people just get chopped into half.
Right.
And she lifts her axe up and brings it down as you see earth rip up out of the ground, knocking down more people. It is now...
I'm sorry.
Oh, what's...
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, well, I command those arrows as a bonus action.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry to clarify.
Actually, you don't get those anymore.
Okay, so I'm going to cast... my healing firebolt on Aelvig.
Okay.
Yay.
Nice.
That's my cantrip, so I need to roll a spell. God damn it. It's a 14 total.
14. Yeah, no, that actually does hit, because she's just a barbarian essentially with no real armor.
Okay.
So
I healed her for 18 points of damage.
whoo, yeah, so you see her just like raging like crazy. Oh, are you pouting because you forgot to do something that I literally told you to do?
Wait, what?
I'm just jealous that that's what he rolls on a heal. Instead, I get like all ones.
Yeah.
or damage.
Or damage.
Or
anything.
damage. Just everything.
Cool. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You shoot this like green fireball into the back of Aelvig, and you can see her like for a second like turn around and like see your hand pointing and be like,
What the fuck?
and then like she feels like reinvigorated. Some of her like cuts start to heal, and she like looks down and then looks at you, nods,
Give her the finger gun.
and turns around and just does like a whirlwind down the street.
that old Diablo
Tasmanian
2 move. Yeah, Taz is out.
Taz style.
And then we hop to the baddies, and they are going to try to break your guys's barricades again. The west is looking pretty good. Not a lot.
Well, yeah, because there's a whirlwinding barbarian giant flying up and down the street.
Mr. Fireball over here.
Fire bolt.
Oh, excuse me.
It's a bolt.
Okay, so that was the end of Borel's turn. The flame order is It's their turn, and they are going to essentially bum rush you guys. They are climbing over these barricades. All of the pyrotechnicians are there. Most of the main army is in the streets. And it's bottlenecking. So like you just have a sea of people around the town. You can see some of them trying to scale like these houses and like some of these walls that you guys built to keep them directed onto the roads. But for the most part, I mean, it's slick ice. They try to melt it, and then it's a little hard for them. So right now, that's not an issue for you. But you do see that creature just bound over some of the houses, just like leap and land on the north road. Katon, you are probably like 30 feet away from this thing as it crunches some of the giants underneath its feet as it lands, and some of its own people as well, most of its own people as well, as you see it just backhand people, as you see them literally just like go flying off into the distance out of the town. Some of them hitting the buildings near your side, as you really just get to look at how big this thing is. Like you're craning your neck up, and even then, like you have to kind of like pull your helmet up a little bit so you can actually see its full height.
Tom would never take his helmet off in the middle of war.
I know.
Have you not seen Saving Private Ryan?
That's good. It's a good pull. Leaf, it is your turn now.
Yes.
The baddies are they took most of their turn just getting there and killing a bunch of giants. Just to update you guys, you are now from the about 100 people you have, you're closer to like 30 now. Now it is pretty much only the battle-hardened veterans that are alive still. You can see in between the feet of your enemies, your fallen comrades. Leaf?
Okay.
You can see part of these Flame Order starting to get onto some buildings. They like breaking off on the road, and they're starting to try to get the high ground on you guys, which you would know would mess up your plan of them funneling into this main road if they get behind you guys first. But give me a perception check.
Oh man.
Do good.
I don't want to.
You don't want to do good?
No, you definitely want to do
you
good.
definitely want to do good.
If you do good, you might
No, I
have
just
more choices to not.
I don't want to do it at all.
I see
The
what
check
you're
and
saying.
it's
yeah. I close my eyes.
I don't want to see anything. That's a 18.
18? Nice. Okay. So you can see these people trying to gain the advantage on you.
Mm-hmm.
You see one of them pulling out a bow and arrow, and with that check, you can easily just kind of get out of their like line of sight, or you can handle them. But the other thing you see is Kratos starting to get overwhelmed. Some of these people are starting to like climb up him, and not in the cool way, not like in a real bad way. It doesn't look cool when they do it.
Mm-hmm.
And stabbing him like repeatedly. You can see him like starting to kind of with that like he's still swinging his mace wildly and knocking people off and still fighting, but like he has one guy just on his back, just like shanking him in the back, person style.
Okay, and he's where with me? He's like next
he's
to
like
me?
he's like a few feet away from you, but because of how just like shoulder to shoulder everyone is, you have like probably 4 or 5 enemies in front of you, between you two. But with your high check, you kind of had like that like slow down time vision of like you can grasp everything, and you have the time to handle both things on how you want. So I don't know if you have anything to actually handle both of those, but you can deal with both the people trying to take the high ground on you guys and Kratos getting attacked.
Okay, so I am going to see all of the guys running towards the roofs. You're saying they're up there, or I can see them up there?
They're scaling up to the rooftops to try to get like an advantage onto you guys, because right now they're like running up to all of you.
Okay, I'm going to cast Ice Storm on them,
Ooh.
which is a big boy. So it's going to be a hail of rock hard ice that pounds into the ground. So each creature must make a dex saving throw, and that creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage.
Ooh.
And half if
D&D's
successful.
horny, huh?
Yeah, it's real horny.
10 plus 2, 12. Is there dexterity?
So they
saving throw?
failed.
Okay, cool.
I have all the dice I need.
Oh, you do? Never
Okay.
mind.
Oh, your little mini dice.
That's what I was grabbing everything.
Your little tiny
earlier.
Oh, look
babes.
at those cute little
My little babies. Okay, so
So at
we're
least
gonna
now
do
when you roll
the
poorly, you can.
bludgeoning damage first. So 2d8. So that's 10.
10, okay.
And then the cold damage is 4d6. 7, 14.
14. So what's that total? The 26?
That's the fastest you've ever
I'm-
done math ever.
I'm math.
I'm shocked.
Did she add it up?
I
Yeah.
I
did.
wasn't even ready for it. My ears were off.
Yeah. She
Gotcha.
crushed it. Like quick. I didn't even, and everyone, I didn't edit that time, by the way.
Yeah.
That was how fast
I'm
I really
leaving
did
it.
it in real time. Anyway, okay.
Oh, I wasn't recording. I'm just kidding.
So wait. Did you just like?
Dude.
Did D&D just like?
Hmm?
Did D&D just make you better at math?
I think it's been all of the elementary math I've been having to do with my son.
Well, good.
We're
we-
both learning.
Can't we just say it's D&D?
No.
I don't want to give the educational system anything.
Sorry. It's me now. Okay. So I do that.
Okay, yeah.
So what does that do to them?
So you do this ice storm,
Mhm.
and you just, like, the snow on the ground just starts to pick up as it just spins around this area. As you see this massive piece of man.
It's okay.
I know. I
Just
just
go.
hate saying it. I'm just gonna like get a little taser thing.
I can get a little doggy collar for you for that.
Yeah, just
You
have
want?
it on there, and anytime I say massive, just kind of like fucking
Zip you.
yeah.
Just give you a
by
little
the end of the podcast, I'll probably have a heart attack. So maybe it won't
Possible.
do that.
Or we'll hear you in the bathroom go, massive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like the reverse effect. It's,
Becomes
I
a
can
new,
He
becomes a
likes
new,
it?
yeah,
Oh,
becomes
no,
a
he
new
likes
thing for you.
it.
Oh, like anytime I'm nervous, I just start like rapid firing massives out. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Gross.
Yeah, so you see this giant piece of ice come flying down and hit these houses, leveling the houses, but at the same time also eradicating that threat. And you can see like some of the ones that were trying to go behind them are kind of just like, oh fuck that, nope, ice death, not down for that.
Great.
Fire death is fine.
Yeah, well they're all about the fire.
They love that.
Yeah. And then what do you want to do with Kratos?
Okay. So then I am going to attempt to cast another spell.
Okay.
And you're going to make me do a what?
I'm going to okay. I will make you roll
What?
an Arcana check.
Okay.
And okay. If you fail, bad things happen. Like Chrissy, look at me in the eyes. Real bad things are going to happen
Okay,
if you
well,
fail.
here's the thing. I'm not going to fail because I'm going to use the last little clover leaf on my little clip.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So
Can I do that?
your last little clip flies off and like lands in your hand as you start to like focus on it and give me your Arcana check. And as this one like kind of dissipates in your hand, you see you can almost feel just like the poor luck just like swathing over you. Like you would remember how you felt when like you would use Milo to take the luck from others. Add a D4.
I don't think it matters. What'd you roll?
What'd you roll?
6.
Oh,
Plus-
well,
Plus
no.
Arcana.
2
2
Oh.
plus
plus
4
4.
plus a D4.
Okay, well
Plus
roll
a
a
D4.
D4 because I might make it a little less worse.
plus 3.
Okay, so 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
God, I do so bad at
What were you
rolls.
attempting to do?
So I wanted to cast a gust of wind on
Okay.
all of the people attacking Krothos.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
That's what I wanted to do.
Okay, yeah. No, hey, you know what? The spell goes off.
Oh, great. Good.
You put your hand, like you raise your hands up and like put it next to your chest. You take a really deep breath as you just and not thinking about it, you don't kind of like aim to the left or to the right of Kratos. You aim directly at him as you see his feet leave the ground. And how far do they fly?
Well, he has to make a strength saving throw.
He fails.
Oh, no. What if it was a 20?
No, it was a 15.
Damn it. Okay. So what happens?
How far do they fly? What's the effect of the
15 feet away.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So the air lifts him up for like just for a brief second. He's just like floating. As you can see, like he just starts freaking out, and he like looks towards you with just terror in his eyes as the next part of the spell hits, and he gets launched into the rest of the army as you just see him disappear into a wave of oncoming enemies.
No.
Hey, Katon, it's your turn.
Oh my God.
Did a bad job.
I mean, pretty on brand for Leaf.
Oh, God.
I just got to say, I warned you. All right, everyone I can already feel everyone listening right now is raging against me.
You did.
You did. She rolled what was it? 2?
A 2.
Yeah.
I mean, you rolled a 2.
I know.
I mean, the thing about a 2 is a 2 is worse than a 1 because you can't reroll your 2s.
Oh my God.
A 2 is literally the worst roll you can make. Yikes. All right.
So, Katon, it is your turn. You know what I'm going to ask for. Give me that perception check, baby.
What dice should I use?
Yeah, you got your 30 fucking D20.
I'm going to use this red and blue dice because it's the color of fire and ice. I roll a straight 10 plus 1, so 11.
11?
So not straight
Okay.
at all.
So you are kind of like shoulder to shoulder with the seer as they are just like lightning bolting, poison spray, just put in work. They're putting in some work. As you kind of like are looking at this monstrosity in front of you, it picks up its hand, raises it above its head, and is gonna come and swipe down right on you. You can't pull both of you away. You got to choose
Between me and the seer?
between you and the seer.
We need the seer. So as I see this thing coming, I shoulder check him out of the way.
Okay.
And then, what the hell? Why were you rolling that dice?
What?
Oh, I see. You got a percentile in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm scared.
I don't know why I'm scared.
Because I'm not used to seeing him roll percentiles.
I'm immune to fear.
With other dice. Right before this thing hits me, all I do is I just go. That's the only noise I can make. It's supposed to be like, like fight on.
Yeah, you foul cur.
Yeah, but I don't get the time. All I can do is go.
I love it.
I'm sorry. Do make a dexterity saving throw, though.
Oh, why even fucking bother? Oh, actually, shit, that's an 18.
Okay. Wow. Well, no, actually, why bother? You're right. You just take the full damage. No, you're right.
18 minus 1 is 17, plus 3 is 20.
4, 5.
That's 3. A dirty 20.
Nice.
Why'd you get a plus 3?
Because of my
aura.
No.
Paladins get to add their charisma modifier to all their saving throws, and everybody else around them too.
So have 38.
19.
Okay, so you take 19 points of damage.
That's not bad at all for what could have happened.
Yeah, no. This thing comes smashing down, and you kind of like put your shield up as it kind of like crushes down, and like your arm just goes slack, but you have just enough time to like use that momentum of your shield kind of push you out of the way, just enough to where like you get out of the way, but your arm is like almost, it's like getting the worst Charlie horse ever by a creature that's 40 feet tall.
Would you say I developed traction to my brachial plexus?
Yeah, sure.
Whatever that is.
That actually happens a lot in football. When you get hit, you basically get your shoulder yanked really hard, and all the nerves that connect in your shoulder get like stretched really hard, really fast, and you just get this total dead arm.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point like you look like Ace Ventura, where you're like,
No, just the wobbly arms.
yeah,
going.
and people freak out because they're like, I'm paralyzed, and then it's like, nah, just give it a minute, it'll come back, and they're like, I'm paralyzed, and you're like, it's okay, and you're like, this is not okay. There's something about
seem
this
like this would
okay.
be okay.
Are
you being so casual
Your
about
arm like
this?
goes slack for a little bit as you can. The seer kind of like stands up, and you can see the adoration in their eye. Like you can kind of like for a split second, they're like,
Oh, I shouldn't have given him that wet willy. Oops.
Just keep yourself alive. As I'm trying to like,
yeah, they
get
get
my arm
back up and
working again.
start going back to combat. Okay, so Aewyn, it's your turn. You give me a perception check, and not so much for a choice thing again, but just to kind of get a lay of the land.
Not good. 3 + 5 is 8.
Okay, yeah. So
Yikes.
Yeah,
you
not
are in
good.
the
Not bad.
midst of like you're really trying to like bob and weave and like get a sight on like what's actually
Is
happening.
the Jarl next to me?
The Jarl is kind of next to you. Yeah.
Okay. Because I've already done this once, I'd like to climb him again and see if I
Okay.
can get a better look at
Okay.
things.
Yeah. I'll let you roll with advantage with that.
Okay, okay.
Actually, no. I do need an acrobatic check because you are doing
Sure.
it in the midst of battle.
Totally fair. 14 plus
Like
8.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, 24.
Why'd I ask?
No, I'm sorry, 22. I
Okay,
apologize.
22. Yeah, no, you bound up him effort. Like you, for a second, you see him like go to like elbow you, and he realizes it's you, and then just goes back to fighting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you get advantage. So roll again for your perception check.
10 + 5, 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, that would be enough, and especially with now like the height difference of like being able to look over everyone, you for the first time can like actually see this creature up close.
Great.
It's probably about 30, 40 feet away from you. You can tell that you guys are getting squished in, and the line is not going to hold that much longer. And you can see this without a doubt that you guys need to move.
Okay. While hanging on to the Jarl, guys, I'll say on the Boulder-Tooth. I think it's time to execute a plan explosivo.
What?
Run away.
Okay.
Fall back now.
Okay.
So Aewyn, do you want to do anything else with that?
Well, yeah, since I'm kind of riding the Jarl at the moment, I think because I called the retreat, I would want to stay up there.
Okay.
And just make sure that really as many people as safely possible start retreating.
Okay.
Because I have range, I can kind of chill up there and be a
So,
lookout of sorts.
Yeah. Are you trying to like more of like hold an action?
So I'm
to,
holding,
like,
yeah.
like
in
a
case
help
I need
action.
in case I need to
cool.
help or cover someone or something along those lines.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I like
yeah,
that.
I'm just kind of being a lookout while Big Boy Jarl just kind of takes care of biz.
Okay. Yeah. You and the Jarl start to retreat back to the long hall, as with most of the other crew. Leaf,
Mhm.
you got another big decision here.
Yeah.
Kratos is you can pretty much tell he's getting mauled right now by the enemy. And he is most likely prone on the ground right now, and he's about 15, 18 feet away from you, further down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Are you retreating, or are you going to go try to do something on your turn to help him out?
I'm gonna stay.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Borel, it's your turn. You were saying you wanted to see if you could see what Leaf was doing.
Yep.
Okay, so
So I rolled a 16.
yeah, that would be. I think that would be enough to look over as you're like kind of battling. You see everyone else, like you're trying to back up, and you're kind of just taking inventory of like, okay, who's still here? Is there anyone I could help? And you see Leaf standing by herself. I'm assuming about to like aiming towards like the enemies, and like starting to walk essentially the opposite way of everyone else.
I'm gonna Boulder-Tooth Leaf. Leaf, what are you doing?
I'm not done. I have to help Quothos. I can't leave yet.
No, Lost cause. We got to fall back.
I cannot leave him.
You will die.
I'm not going to leave someone else behind again. And I'm going to take the Boulder-Tooth out and throw it in the snow.
Leaf.
And I'm going to keep going.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. Yes. Welcome in. Come on, please take a seat. Welcome into the Church of YFPM. Matt be with you. And also with you. Wasn't that lovely? I think that's going to catch on. Anyways, it is I, your favorite player, Matt. Welcome to this week's Middle Break. This is a hefty boy, not a wimpy boy of an episode. So we're going to get you in, get you out of this middle break quick, get you back to the action, okay? As you know, or as you should know, we are trying to get to 200 reviews on Apple Podcasts. If we reach that goal, we're going to release some already created and unreleased Aewyn backstory. I think you guys are really going to love. We're all a part of it, and everyone other than Aewyn is a different character. So something to really sink your teeth into. Our last 5-star review comes from Doug Gramers, and he says, "My review for NCOTB, you ask? Review for a magnificent comedic Dungeons and Dragons podcast that is, in my opinion, on par with the Adventure Zone and NADPod. I have a lot to say, but to keep it short and simple, the shenanigans, I live for it. The jokes that create most entertaining tangents, it restores my soul and helps me forget my depression. It's a bloody good podcast. Listen to it. You won't be disappointed. Unless you're a rules lawyer or a D&D gatekeeper. You'll find no enjoyment out of it. Sorry, I don't read the rules, but apparently they do." To Gramers, thank you so much for that review. Yeah, we're not much lawyers people, but we try to make up with it for fun, right? Also, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts from. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you use a podcatcher, we are probably on it. Subscribing, rating, and reviewing helps us boost our numbers, helps us track our growth, and that's the most important thing to us right now. Speaking of growth, the other way you can help us grow is by following our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits, on Instagram at New Crits on the Block, and on Facebook at New Crits on the Block. How does that help us grow? You sharing our content helps us grow. Throughout the week of each new episode, we put out audiograms, we put out quotes, fan art, behind the scenes footage, whatever it is. You sharing all of that or tagging people in those posts help us grow. We're pretty much doing it by word of mouth and by help of our fans, so you all doing that helps us more than you know. Also, be sure to go over to our merch store to check out the merch that we have. We are coming up with new ideas pretty much every single month, so make sure you buy your NCOTB swag and send us pictures of you enjoying it or wearing it. We love seeing our people out in the world repping our stuff. Just makes us so happy. And lastly, we want you to be part of our Discord family. Are you not a part of our family yet? What are you waiting for? Join our Discord today, right now. Join it right now. You can be part of our growing community. Honestly, it's one of the most things I'm proud about this podcast. It's just that community that we have cultivated over this time. It has such a great group of people in it. Everybody's so kind and courteous to each other. We talk, we laugh, we joke, we cry. I got a little bit of everything. So if you want an opportunity to talk to the fans, talk to the cast, hop on into our Discord. Now, what's the easiest way to get to all of these things I just mentioned? Well, our link tree, of course. linktr.ee/newcritsontheblock will get you to where you need to go with a click of a button. Any of the things I mentioned about has their own special button. All you got to do is click on it, or all of them, to be taken to right where you're looking for. Again, that's linktr.ee/newcritsontheblock. It's your portal to heaven, baby. All right, let's get you back into this week's episode. Once again, thank you so much for listening. You know we're going to be coming back at you every single Monday. We love you all for tuning in. Hope you are staying safe and healthy out there. Ooh, it's starting to get summertime out here where we are. Ooh, so excited. Hope you are excited too, and hope you're excited for the rest of this episode. So let's get you back to it. We will see you all next week. Bye. Bye.
No, seeing that, I sort of panic. In a panic, I'm like,
at least save the Boulder-Tooth for the next character. Hey, Leaf, can you do me a favor and roll 46?
I'll kick it back towards the
6 times.
That was great. Fuck. Okay. Sorry, Brian, you were saying something serious there for a second.
Couldn't help it, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
No, that was great.
Okay, so Leaf, I don't know quite what to do, but I can see where Kratos is.
I'll say
could
with
see that.
yeah, with your check, you could see, and I wouldn't say like you could see him, more so that you could see like people just like wailing on someone with weapons, and you can kind of just like put
All
two
right,
and
so
two
I'm
together.
gonna Boulder-Tooth, basically the group, and say, somebody grab Leaf, and then I'm going to Misty Step, because I can do that as a bonus action, to Kratos, and then I'm thunderstepping the fuck out of there. Now, I cannot carry, like, I can't take anyone with me that I can't carry, and he's huge. So can I roll an Arcana check to see if I can do that?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you the exact same thing that I did with Christy. You roll bad, and very bad things are going to happen.
Okay.
I can't read your dice.
I know, what is that?
It just
I
looks
love that.
He's like, fuck you, man. I brought this dice just to spite you.
That is a 25 total.
Oh, beautiful. Yes. Okay. So you turn around, you see Leaf starting to charge, and you tell the party, and you just disappear and appear right in front of everybody. And as you like kind of look around, you're kind of like almost standing on top of Kratos because of how you kind of couldn't really see where he was at exactly. And you see all these swords raise up, like 30 weapons all go, like everyone's ready to just skewer you alive as you put your hand down and thunder step out.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
That is 18.
Yeah. So
and that's a 10 feet. 10
it's
feet.
It's an
10
18
10
people,
feet from
so
the.
I'm not too worried about the area effect. It's gonna okay. So Leaf, as you toss like you throw your Boulder-Tooth to the ground, and as it hits the ground, you see Borel just pop in front of you, and in a split second, you see all these weapons raise up and get ready to kill him. As you see lightning and thunder just erupt from around him, as everyone's like pushed back and shot back, and like since they got like this force from his spell, some like they fall over, leaving you a sight of where all you can see is a pool of blood and no one there.
Do I know what? I mean,
you would have known. Yeah, you would have known.
I know
that spell
right?
before.
Okay.
By the way, I thunderstepped toward the long hall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just to clarify where I went.
I thunderstepped directly underneath the giant monstrosity.
In his mouth.
On his head. Now, I'm right behind him. He can't see me.
Thunderstepped into his mouth, and I basted
I'm
myself.
like on his head, and he's like,
Okay, so I know that.
Yeah, you. I would say that you would hear the like him landing behind you as he is kind of like some of the other giants are grabbing Kratos, and he looks unresponsive, and they are just dragging him up the hill as he is just completely limp, as you see a line of blood in front of you. Borel, that I'm assuming that's pretty much your turn.
yeah, I might try to talk to everyone else again. Like, okay, where's Leaf? Somebody grab Leaf.
Okay, it's the bad guy's turn. Hey, Leaf.
Yeah.
Hey, you're still there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So everyone, pretty much everyone is past the like fake barrier that Katon put up before all these, before all these dynamites and stuff like that. Your little kill zone. You turn after you see Borel and look back as you see hundreds and hundreds of enemies charge you. And the first ones are gonna.
They're going to get shot by Aewyn, who's been holding his action
Oh yes, dude.
for exactly this moment.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah. Let off your attack.
Okay. First one is a nat 20.
I was gonna say,
baby.
I was gonna say 2 crit ones, and
And my second roll is an 11 plus 12 is 23.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So do your damage.
you are so fucking lucky.
So 7 was my crit, so 14 plus 6 is 20 for the first hit.
Okay.
And my second attack is a 5 plus 6, 11. So 31 damage total.
Okay. Yeah. You kill 31. You
And
just.
I'm shooting the ones like in a line going back, like the closest ones to her, and just working my way back to give
Okay.
her as much time to run as
Yeah,
possible.
I will say that gives you that essentially gets you from you're still going to take some damage. You're still going to take some damage.
Okay.
But it's going to be you were essentially just about to get one-shotted. I don't think it mattered what you were going to get one-shotted.
No.
Okay, so
you're gonna get Caesared in a second.
yeah.
I could do stuff.
Yeah, like get full of holes.
Okay, that's an
Bleed
18
out.
plus 2, so they are going to get the attack off.
Hmm.
And that is 8 plus 5 is 13. So you take 13 points of damage. As you run away, a few people like just barely get their sabers and like cut your back. And you're like, I mean, they are on your tail. You, Katon, you notice something really bad about this plan is you have to wait until she gets right on you, and it'll literally be they'll be within inches of you when you set off your detonation. When you set off your bombs, because just of how close she is in proximity to them, unless Leaf does something on her turn.
I was gonna say, will I get a turn off?
Yeah. I'll let you get your. We'll go Leaf and we'll go Katon, and at the end of your turn, Katon, that's when the bombs will go off. Or describe how you want them to go off, or what you guys.
Yeah, I kind of
was.
have an idea to describe it without it being too
okay.
ridiculous.
So, Leaf, it is your turn. You have the entirety of the army on your heels,
Mhm.
and you could hear.
What a scene.
I know.
Dude, that is just seeing this tiny little Leaf running with this mob of enemies
And
just right behind
Well,
her.
talk about like two polar opposites. You know, a halfling being chased by a 40-foot monster.
Yeah, and you can feel like every time he takes a step, like this creature takes a step behind you, you almost like get bounded off the ground a little bit.
My water glass makes a little ripple in it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And for you guys up at the top, you can tell this monster does not give a shit about any of its people. It is stomping right on top of them. And for the most part, they are trying their best to like avoid getting stomped on and like letting it go first and then going on its tail. So it's you see Leaf running up a hill, 40-foot demon monster, and then the rest of the army running up behind them, all within like 5 feet of each other. Leaf, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
So I am running as hard as I can through the snow, and I go and I make a little tiny jump. It's like my hardest little Mario jump that I can manage into the air. And I'm going to wild shape into a giant eagle, and I'm going to fly as fast as I can towards Kratos and basically the back of the pack towards the long haul.
Yeah. You jump up with your little Mario jump and shapeshift and just turn into a eagle as you like spin around and then like come out
And
with
I'm
your
just
wings.
going to go up.
Flap, yeah, and you take up flying to where you go out of reach of this monster as it goes and like tries to swipe at you as you just go right between its fingers and you fly down and or like right as you fly down and like land with everybody, you turn around and they are there. They are at that last dynamite stick. Do you want to do anything else with your turn? You can do a bonus action, or you can. That's it.
How far did I get? Did I get? Because I have 80 feet.
You
made it.
Yeah, you definitely.
No,
made
I
it.
know, but how did I get to Kratos? I guess is my question.
No, you got to the back of the pack.
Okay, then I want to heal him.
Okay.
Can you heal in bird form?
I'm going to jump out of it.
Okay.
Oh, well, then that would be. Okay, never mind. Then I'm just, as an eagle, I am going to land near him and I'm going to just stay.
Are you going to stay
Sit
eagle?
up. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you fly down and you just like land next to him and just kind of get ready for what's to come next. Katon, it is your turn. They are primed and ready for this kill zone. There is no way you could fit more people into a single kill zone than this particular instance. You have this monster about 10, 15 feet out from you. And with your like logistics and everything, you guys would know that you're out of like the damaged radius of it. And like you can already see people pulling up shields to get ready for not just the brace of the explosion, but in case someone does get through, to like get ready for that. So what are you doing to get this shit lit?
So everyone is behind me, correct?
Yeah, I would assume you are
kinda
standing in front of the shield wall and they're just leaving enough space for you to like do whatever you're going to do and then hop right back in and close it up.
Yep. Okay. And this big guy, where's he?
He is in front of you, 15 feet in front of you. He is like dead center in the middle of the runway.
He's in the kill zone.
His legs
That is
are for sure in the kill zone.
All right, that's
Torso and everything else, maybe not.
So the way Katana set this up is he wants to detonate all of these dynamites at once.
Okay.
And so he actually has basically essentially buried a tripwire, but not so much a tripwire, but like a pole wire.
Yeah.
In the snow.
Ooh, sneaky! I like that.
Yeah. So it's down there. Nobody knows it's there, but he reaches down, and as it's coming at him, he's waiting until they're just like right on top of him, and everyone's like dead center in the middle, and they're coming, and he's like really wounded and his arm's all messed up, and so he grabs one of the wires and he goes to grab the other wire with his other hand that's like totally messed up, and he can't do it, so he has to like dig through the snow and get both of them with one hand, and they get like the positioning right, so when he yanks he gets like both of them at the same time, and as they're coming he goes, come on, do it now! Do it now! Kill me! And then he yanks the wires as...
Benjamin! You didn't!
Kill me, I'm here!
You mustn't!
Do it now!
Do it now, here!
No!
Get to the long haul!
Oh my god!
Oh Lord Jesus in heaven! Wow!
Great.
I thought he was going to be so serious.
Oh,
No.
I knew there'd be a catch. I just didn't know what it would be.
I didn't think about that until right when he was like, well, I guess you're the last one left. And I'm like, I just Googled, like, what's the exact thing he said just to make sure I do this right? I mean, I know it, but like, what is it just to be
Way
certain?
to give us a look behind the screen.
And then I'm like, hold on one second. As whatever was just happening, I wasn't listening to. I was like, Arnold, Predator.
That's about right. That's not the first time.
I was like, wait a second, I got to do a thing.
We could tell because he told you exactly what was happening. You're like, so where's this guy? I'm like, he just fucking told you. Why didn't
Yeah.
you?
I'm like,
I thought that too. I
And
was
where's this guy? Like, he just said there's no more people you could possibly get in the kill zone. You're just like, so are they good?
So they good? Or-
That explains a lot.
So
Oh,
he,
boy.
with his, normally he wears his shield on his injured arm, right? So he grabs that shield with his good arm. He takes the wires and he yanks them as he drops behind his shield.
Okay. Yeah, I would think you kind of yank them as you kind of like fall in line.
It's
with
a
the
motion.
Shield. Yeah,
It's a
as you
motion.
fall in line and become part of the shield wall. Ben,
Who?
or Katon. Well, Ben, you as a player.
No.
Actually, here's what we're gonna do. Every single one of you is gonna roll a d20,
All right.
Mhm.
and we'll go from there.
Alrighty.
Roll high, baby. And I will allow luck stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, now it's a party, baby.
You are all rolling a d20, and this is going to kind of determine how effective your bombs are.
Okay.
Because it's like a group effort, so I wanted all to roll and see.
What? So
Well,
what
I'm
kind of
using
luck
luck
stuff
stuff.
can we use?
You don't have any luck stuff.
I got Milo.
I got luck stuff.
You
Oh,
do
no.
have Milo, but you're
Milo
taking luck
wants
from
it. You
everyone
got
else.
points.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Katon can't influence his role much at all, so
Oh God.
19.
okay.
Nice.
So we'll go. So we started with Borel. So Chrissy, what'd you get?
5.
Oh,
13.
13. Okay.
6.
Okay. So you could the maximum possible number you could have is
80.
is 80, and we got
Not.
13 plus 6 equals
We
19
almost got
plus
19.
so 38 plus 5.
5.
Okay.
So
Better than average is what we got.
Yeah, we got a little above
And
average.
because I love you guys, you get to add another 19 to that.
Oh, nice.
44
As
63.
NPCs that love you and are part of
Yes,
the game.
that's true. We had help.
we have
Also, I had 10 sticks of dynamite. And the entire plan hinges on this.
So 63 would be our total.
63. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys do I'm going to say you guys are
That's
going to
pretty
do the maximum amount of damage. Borel, since you're the only person that has a spell that does a fuck ton of damage, what would like a 7th level fireball do? What's the damage on that? Do you,
Hold, please.
It's another 4d6. So it would be 12d6.
okay, so we're gonna use that. So that's 12d6.
Oh my God.
Ben, since it was your idea,
Oh my God.
roll the dice, my friend.
You
Does
know
have enough
what?
room?
I think this is all. I think this is all a group.
Oh,
Group effort.
a
No,
group
don't let
effort. You
me.
give us one.
You only get one dice.
Wow, thanks.
Wait, I get to use luck points for mine.
Are you
No, you
sure?
don't. and I'm keeping the rest.
Oh boy, that sounds
Because it
about
was
right
so
for
my
time.
idea, so fuck you.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, I see some 6s there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, we crushed our rolls, guys.
Yeah.
All right. What did you guys get? 4,
5?
9
That's
plus
14 plus whatever that is.
14.
Did we get as much as you did with just R2?
20, 35, 37.
37. Okay. So everyone that was a normal creature is dead. So you essentially just you pull your cord as you see like almost like a little like a firework thing. It goes the first one next to you and goes.
That's a hell of a kill zone. It's just exploding everywhere.
What?
Katon's just behind his shield, like, I wish I could see this, but I'm not looking at it.
You're not gonna peek? Just
I don't know if you guys ever watched the what was that like spy movie? Now I
James
can't-
Bond.
No. It was the newer one.
The only
Kingsman.
one.
Kingsman.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
of
So
course.
when all their heads are like popping with like confetti,
Uh-huh.
I kind of this is because you just poof, and like music's just popping off. It's just it's like everyone like puts down their shields for a second.
It's
and just-
magnificent.
yeah,
It's
they're just kind of
wonderful.
like staring like wow, kill zone,
the
baby.
carnage.
The kill zone of all kill zones.
Oh,
Just
I love it.
the mother load of kill zones. The big piece of information though is you look at this ginormous creature as it has its feet pretty close to the first two ones as they explode. It's kind of hard to see through like the dust and the snow getting launched up and body parts flying around just how much damage you did to it until it kind of all settles and you see no human. They're like out there and they're like trying to make their way, but there's so many dead bodies and just rubbish that they're having such a hard time, rubble, trying to get past that. And as you see this creature just falls down and hits and like catches itself on its elbows, and you can see that it lost one of its legs up to the knee, and the other leg is just kind of like mangled, but you can see that it can still kind of like it's trying to put weight on it, and it can, but it's definitely at a disadvantage for like trying to
It can
attack
crawl
you.
limp.
Yeah, it's exactly. It can push itself forward.
Aewyn is going to kind of look around the battlefield and just see them literally on their knees at this point. And he's going to take a few steps forward. And he still has, he's going to throw his longbow over his back again and take out his sword. And he's going to take out his zip line. And he's going to aim it right at the head, the forehead of this beast,
Okay.
shoot it into it, and go zzz, flying towards it with his sword outstretched.
Oh, I love it so much.
And try to drive it straight through his eye, like into his
Okay.
brain.
Yes. Roll with advantage, please.
Okay.
Oh my
Holy
god. Oh my
fuck.
god.
19.
Okay.
14.
14. Okay, yeah. You hit your zip line dead on his forehead and go flying towards it with your sword outstretched as you pierce into it, and with the momentum of it, and like you didn't really realize just how like gooey the flesh is of this thing as you go into it. Your arm goes in, your torso, and then I can just like, what's the last thing they see before Aewyn is in this creature?
Nothing.
No, okay.
I just go.
Okay.
His little tootsies just
Not even that, because this thing's gigantic.
You almost said massive.
You almost said it.
But I didn't.
You're allowed an allotment.
That's true.
Yeah.
I just go into this thing's head.
Okay. Yeah. So all you see is Aewyn just get like almost sucked up by this thing as the zip line's there, and it like gets up and like stands up at its full height and gets its hand and raises it up as you just see it just go limp and start to fall towards the longhouse. Hey guys, you have one action. What are you doing to get out of the way of this thing? Because it's falling on the longhouse. We made a joke that it was going to fall on the longhouse, but like now it's actually going to fall on the longhouse.
I cast create food and water.
One last feast.
Yeah, one last good meal
One last
before I die.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So I'm a giant eagle.
Yes.
So could I lift a giant in my giant eagle talons?
Yeah, I'll say you could.
Because I'm a very large creature.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to grab Kratos? I'm sorry,
yeah.
I always say it wrong. Great. I'm going to grab Kratos in my talons, and I am going to fly as far as I can to get away.
Yeah, you just like bury your talons into him so you can get a good grip and
go.
just like you're not like flying in the air. You're more of like mad flapping and just like dragging him by his like
just getting
his
him out of
feet
there.
or just kind of like dragging along the ground.
Right.
Other two guys, what's your plan of attack? There's not, just so you know, there's not many giants left. There is Grotor and maybe like 12 other people.
So is
Where's
this
the
thing's
seer?
like
Well,
hand
seer's-
gonna fall on it?
Sorry, and the seer.
Okay.
Grotor, the seer, and 12 other giants. I'm sorry.
Is this thing's hand gonna like smash it?
It's
the whole body.
Yeah, the torso is gonna pretty much fall on it. The hand is gonna kind of like reach over it. Did I just ruin your plan?
Well, so Katon finally stands up with his, limp arm, and he takes his sword in his hand, and he's standing just directly in front of the doors of the long hall, and he sees this thing coming down at him. And he wants to, part of this is instinctual because he doesn't want to get splatted. And he's so damn slow, he's afraid he can't get out of there in time. And part of it is that he feels the need to, protect the one building he didn't blow up. Feels a little bad about that. So he stands up and he's kind of, barely able to lift his sword, and he uses his vow on it as it's falling towards him, and he swings like an upper swing. Like, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Like you're
arcing upwards with your swing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like a backhand upwards arcing swing with just like all of his force to try to hit this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a thick, like Serena Williams backhand.
roll to
Yeah.
attack.
And I have my vow on it, so nat 20.
Oh!
Dude, you guys are coming in clutch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I hit it, I use a thunderous smite on it
Okay.
and try to just redirect it just ever so slightly so it doesn't smash me in the build.
Okay. I am going to, something that big, I am going to say you are
Borel,
going to.
Can I
really,
assist?
Yeah.
And by
Please.
that I mean I want to. So Ben's trying to obviously attack and sort of like just redirect. I want to help with the redirection.
Okay.
Little nudge with telekinesis.
Okay. And you were saying that. Can you read the spell out for the folks at home?
Yep.
Speak softly into their ears.
You gain the ability to move or manipulate creatures or objects by thought. When you cast a spell, and as your action each round for the duration, you can exert your will on one creature or object that you can see within range, causing the appropriate effect below. You can affect the same target round after round or choose a new one at any time. If you switch targets, the prior target is no longer affected by the spell. creature. You can try to move a huge or smaller creature and make an ability check with your spellcasting ability contested by the creature's strength. If you win the contest, you move the creature up to 30 feet in any direction. Given that, I mean,
it's dead. It can't resist your thing.
But given that it's not huge, it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
So
I think the idea is that our combined efforts, we're just trying to mitigate this.
Can I roll Arcana again? Because you've been so gracious with that.
Yeah. I am totally down for this idea. Yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
22.
22.
Nice.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. You feel like this wave of like energy. You just push it as you use your telekinesis, your mind powers to ever so slightly
I'm using the force.
push this thing just a little bit over to where when Katon hits it, instead of being directly underneath it, he's just like off center of it and hits it with his weapon, does his thunderous smite.
Yep. So
you can roll damage for that.
Yep. I crit 20 hits, so I doubled all my dice. I got my d8s plus my extra divine damage plus doubling my plus doubling everything. And after all that, it winds up being 76.
Ooh.
In a single hit.
My God.
That's a level 2 thunderous smite.
Critted.
I could have actually used a level 3. Oh well, too late. Plus a level 3 divine smite.
I'll hit him again with a level 1.
Plus my long sword damage.
Retcon, I fixed it.
Everything. 76 damage. So as this happens, I just that one-handed upper swing. I just go like smite.
Give me a. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Give me a strength check.
I was going to say, Aewyn's inside
I
of
think I
there.
know what's supposed to happen.
Oops.
Don't remind him.
12 plus. Is it a saving throw or
No, it's just a regular strength check.
Okay, not athletics.
Yeah, sure, athletics.
Yay!
Fine, whatever.
20. Nat 20. Dirty 20.
30-20. I was like, you can't roll a nat 20 by rolling a 12. I see your numbers. So
He's dyslexic.
Yeah, I rolled a 21
yeah.
somehow.
You do your upward strike as Borel uses his telekinesis to push it just off center. And as you hit it, you use every ounce of your strength and just cut this thing in half as lightning just ripples.
It's like
through
a sonic. So as I hit this thing, it's just like
I can imagine a whole chunk of like its torso just vanishes.
Think
as
of
you
every
push
single
it to the side.
anime when like the super strong character hits something and it's like a shockwave and they like.
Now, hey Aewyn, you're in the head.
Yeah.
You're gonna ragdoll down a hill. In this brain.
Sorry.
I was hoping you were going to fall out like a piñata right on top of Katon.
Now,
And I catch him.
I will
Forgot
be
you were
fair.
in there, bud.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh.
And if it's high enough, you might be able to do a cool jump move out.
8 plus, I have high dexterity saving throw. 9, 17.
17? Okay. I would need over 20 for the cool jumping out of the side of their brain.
Okay.
You are
So did I hit it in the head?
No, you hit it in its torso.
I was gonna say
but
because then
since
you're
you
10 feet
pushed
away
it,
from me.
And since the long haul is the last thing on the hill before there's just nothing left and you just kind of cascade down. So Aewyn, you are in this head as it goes rolling down the side. I'm going to say with that though, you are like, you have enough time to like, you're like rolling with it. So you are going to take some damage.
That's okay. Don't forget that the brain is very mushy, so it wouldn't hurt too bad.
No.
Yes.
I got a mush. I'm essentially rolling
mushy
down
brain.
the mush ball.
Not bad. 7 plus 4, 11.
Okay.
So you take 11 points of damage as you roll down
my
the mush
current
brain.
hit points.
69,
69, baby.
Okay, just skull fuck this thing with your whole goddamn body.
God.
Jesus.
Made it so much worse.
Aewyn, you are pretty much out. You're kind of out of the battle for right now.
Yeah.
I imagine it hits the ground and like splatters open as you kind of just like slide out of it.
I like.
Ew.
Do not go in there.
Are they going to come out like Ace Ventura
Oh, yeah.
out of the rhino?
Get kind of hot in these.
As you guys finish off this creature, you have like that moment of like, we did it. We won.
I'm at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, you're at the bottom
So
of the
you're
hill.
just gonna hear, "We did it, gang!"
I'm okay.
Echoing.
Borel, you
Katon's
look
like,
over
oh, right.
to your left. Like you look at your all of like your comrades, and everyone is just beaten. I mean, I don't. There, Katon is like, I can imagine after you did that swing, you kind of like with that momentum, you just kind of like fell down
Yeah.
on your side.
That was everything he had.
Yeah. Everyone is just kind of out. You can see Grator kind of like picking up his weapon and starting to walk towards you. As you look over and you see a sea of people still coming out. There's still hundreds of people going over this rubble and making their way towards you. And the seer walks to your other side. You have Grator on your right, and you have the seer on your left. And you hear the seer cackle a little bit, and you see his hand kind of come out of their cloaks. And right in front of you, there's a bowl.
I'm sorry,
It's
what?
time.
You said a ball?
Yeah, it's a bowl. A bowl of that mysterious liquid that you've loved so much. And he presents it in front of you. And he just repeats,
It's time, Borel.
I'm going to look back at everyone, just like the whole party.
yeah.
And I'm going to look ahead of me again and just in a, I guess, exacerbated and give out a big sigh and then just down it.
Okay. You down it. And unlike every other vision, it's like trying to remember what happened when you blacked out the night before. You just see Fuma, you see a phoenix, and then you're back. You just have quick flashes, and then you're back. And you feel this energy rise up in you. And as you kind of start to go and manifest it a little bit, it erupts and fire just goes into the sky. Just a pillar of flame shoots out from you, and the same pillar turns into a phoenix and starts to go back down. What are you doing? You are Super Saiyan right now,
Okay.
for all intents and purposes.
Right.
You have this phoenix flying above you, streaking down to the enemy, as you can feel your body lift off the ground with like just raw power. What are you doing? And now you don't have to do a spell. You don't have to do. Think of it in a way of like, if you were a fire avatar, what would you do? If you could control flame just purely off of will.
I mean, fucking napalm the whole fucking field of everyone.
Okay. Yeah. You and this phoenix fly over the rest of the enemies, just dropping fireballs and just swaths of fire pouring down on them as you just annihilate hundreds and hundreds of enemies. And the phoenix and you land next to everybody else, and the phoenix, as it flies towards you, shrinks into a small little bird and lands on your shoulder.
Am I still floating?
You're floating a little bit, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna like come down on the ground. Is everyone dead? Or
Yeah, they're all dead. There is not a single speck of the flame order to be seen. It's all burnt to crisp.
Okay.
It's like when Kerrigan burnt those giants in the long haul. The fire's still there. There's just no bodies anymore. And you did burn the dead giants as well, but like they're dead.
I'm going to. I got this fucking bird on my shoulder.
Yeah, little
I'm
cutie
just
bird.
gonna
It poops.
stand.
It poops like a little it poops like a little fireball.
Little ember.
I'm gonna stand there for a little bit, wondering what the fuck just happened. And look over at the bird. I mean, the bird's just kind of standing there?
Yeah, it's just like this little, I don't really know birds that well, so I didn't really think about that when I forgot to Google birds.
Is it like
just birds?
Is it like a parrot? Is it a little smaller than that?
size.
No, it would be like a little tiny, little like baby, like a Tweety bird size is what I'm kind
Like
of
a
thinking.
finch, maybe.
Yeah, a finch. Yeah.
Finches are really small.
So it's a little finch-sized bird. Its wings have little like flames on them, and it has a ruby like crystal implanted on its forehead.
Jeez. I'm going to just collapse on my knees and I guess just stare out.
Yeah. And the biggest difference that you can tell is after a minute goes by, you're still up. You're still conscious. You feel the power like leave you, but you don't feel like lethargic. You don't immediately just like out like you normally do when you use those kind of powers.
From behind all of you, you hear on the rocks below like a and you see Aewyn pop up and land on the edge of the mountain where he went off, brushing his clothes off with
You must be disgusting.
with the goo and everything. And he
Ew.
sees all of you standing there and he kind of puts his hands out to his side and kind of swaggers up to you and goes, "So, pretty cool move, huh? Try topping that one, gang."
Birds need to shut up out there.
I think those birds are just coming out of Borel's head right now.
Is it really that hard?
What?
Is it really that hard?
Well, yeah, I feel a little handcuffed. So I